Cool.
Hey there guys, I'm Professor Sam Coots here at Ludwig Martial Arts. I run the Jiu-Jitsu as well as the kids program here. Me and Professor Ludwig are going to go over some kids tips as far as instructing the children. So if I'm demoing technique with one of the coaches or maybe with Sensei here, instead of just telling the kids lined up on the wall what we're doing today, I like to make sure they're engaged into more of a conversation than a lecture. We base the whole curriculum off of our basic numbers 1 through 5 with add-ons, and all the kids are used to going through that info. So I will ask the kids, all right guys, remind me, if professor asks me to throw 1, what am I throwing? The kids will all tell me jab. That starts our 1. This week's topic is adding on our front kick, so if I ask them what kick I throw, I make sure I ask them which side. They'll tell me rear side because I ended with the lead hand, and they'll also know to tell me this week the front kick. Jab, rear, front kick. And I'll just go through numbers 1 through 5. Pretty much every class is a constant reminder of our basic techniques, always reviewing the basics with them. So then I'll ask them, all right guys, the 1 is a jab, how do I make that into a 2? The kids know to tell me, add on your cross. So what's a 2 guys? Jab, cross. Then I'll throw jab, cross, and I'll ask them not just which side do I kick with, but how do I load this lead leg? I don't want the kids just throwing a little flicking kick, so I like them to either switch and load the hip, which they know to tell me, or if they have the distance, they know they can step to load the hip. They know the common responses I'm looking for. I just make sure that it's a constant reminder. Basically, try to talk with the kids instead of at the kids. For me, it keeps them more engaged throughout the session.
I like that tip. Actually, I love that tip. Talk to the kids and ask them questions. I do that same thing when I'm cornering my athletes in the UFC or any of them. I'll set them down, cool them down, take about 10-15 seconds, make sure they get their brains back to actually relaxing. Once they've calmed down, I'll give them the corner advice I feel I need to give them. After I'm done, then I'll ask them, okay, what are we doing? That way to make sure we're on the same page. They listen, they didn't just go in one ear and out the other. Make sure, again, we're on the same page. So a beautiful piece of advice as far as interacting, talking with the kids rather than at them. I need to remember that for my own
Making sure
kids.
they can reiterate the information back to you. That way you know they've processed it, not just heard it.
That's why he's running the kids program, not me. Coach, you're awesome. There we go, grasshoppers.